We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back into this new live together with me, Stefania Arca. I'm the founder of International Exit Strategy, and today we are going to talk about what actually does it mean exit, so selling your business, but not in terms of money, not in terms of career path, but in terms of yourself. Why? Because actually, usually when I talk with people, with founders, with business owners, they have built a business. They have just identified themselves with the business. So they build a company, but at this point, the real question is, did you build yourself separated from the role inside the business? Because if not, selling might create like a identity crisis, might be like an obstacle for you in terms, so you are not willing to sell, you're not doing the right thing if selling is actually the right time for your company or for you as well. And therefore, you might rush into bad decisions. And we don't want that. So today we are going to talk about who are you without your company. And this live doesn't want to be anything related with tactics, but more about emotions, about like mindset, about who you really are. Because so if you believe, if you identified yourself with the business, we said that the exit means having an identity crisis, because you have built something real. You know, you have clients, you have your teams, you have your product, your cash flow. And it might also be that you actually get an offer on the table. Why not? So actually, it might seem that actually everything is working, but something is happening inside of you. So you feel kind of disconnected from whatever is your business goal, whatever is your business mission. And therefore, like when there is this misalignment between your business and yourself, you might get into the situation where you take a decision as a rush. So you might decide to exit in a rush. So you're not ready to exit as a person, and maybe even your business is not ready to exit as well. You might try to delegate and not following the right processes and the right times. Means that you delegate in the wrong way. You delegate like partially. You are not actually doing all the handover that is necessary, and if delegation is not really well done, is not done in the correct way, actually can create more damage than solutions. So we today we want to talk about this part, and try to ask you to actually listen to yourself. So what kind of side effect you might have, like your body might show up in front of you? You might feel tired or flat, or as I was saying earlier, like you might feel strangely like disconnected from your business, from the things that you created back in the days. And when and also another like red flag is if you're thinking to keep that business for, I don't know, other 5 years, for instance, you might feel like you're dying inside. You feel like you're dead. So the only things that come up in your mind actually is you imagine to sell, you imagine delegating, or you simply imagine to step back. Why? Because all these images that come up in your mind are actually a consequences of the panic that you're experiencing in that moment. And we all know that panic is never the right answer for anything in our life. We just need to try to stay calm and take you know that expression where it says don't take any decision right now, to sleep on it, and tomorrow when you're fresh, when it's going to be a new day, when actually the sleep means that you rested, then we can discuss it more. So we are trying to kind of do the same also during this life. This is going to be like the core concept. Not tactics, as I was saying earlier, not talk about processes, not talk about cash flow, anything like that. It's all about you. Because you can exit in the best way possible, or delegating or stepping back, only if everything is right. So the business needs to be right, the yourself has to be right, the time has to be right as well. So when all these situations match, like they are on the same room all together, actually you can get the best deal possible for your exit. So first of all, I want to start saying that if you feel you are experiencing these emotions, so you feel like, as I said, you're tired, you feel like you're empty, you're dead, so you are not moved by the will to keep on going with your business, or like doing the right thing anymore, I just want to say that this is not a weakness. It's just like a natural phase of any founder life cycle. So you just get here not because you failed, but because somehow you fulfill everything that was supposed to be done up to that time. And yeah, I mean, right now we just need to figure it out what is coming next. So during the years, you have taken on your shoulders so many problems, so much troubles, or drama, and if the pressure was really high, actually the consequences is just like you had might look too much inside the business instead of what actually you want. And this is this is happening because actually we can separate sorry the needs into big groups. So one is going to be the desire and the other one is going to be the needs. So the desire is actually wherever the market is asking you for your business, in brackets. So the market is asking you to chase like the growth, is asking you to chasing the next million, the next acquisitions, or the big deal, the big evaluation. I mean, the market asks you to chase what is actually your next win. And these are like the desire. And then, as I said earlier, we have also the needs, which are what you as a person, what your nervous system is actually asking in the background. So as a human, your nervous system is asking for safety, is asking for a meaning to keep living this life, is asking for an identity, is asking like being healthy, is asking for connections. So we just need to live in a society, in a community. So it's asking to meet new people, networking, and feeling good to like helping others. We all have this expression in our businesses that says, I help blah 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 in doing blah 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 blah. So I help this type of people in solving this type of problem. So this is just something that fulfill our selves, and this is like a kind of need. So the problem is that the market is really demanding, and is usually like most of the times asking the founder actually to over deliver on desire and kind of hide their needs. So what happened actually in this situation? Your life sounds something like you say yes to the big next deal, the big next client you might get, even if maybe you are already overflowing. You push maybe for a next launch, or like for a new restructure, or like you say, okay, another year and then I'm going to see. So you keeping going in a kind of autopilot, or you try to actually get the next step. But this next step is not studied with a strategy behind, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the right move for you. I keep repeating every time. Everyone wants always to grow, want to scale, and this is great, but you need to scale only if there are the right conditions, because scaling doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to have a profit at the end. It might also be that for scaling, you need to reinforce your licenses, you need like maybe a bigger office, you need like to increase some memberships, so asking like paying for the next step in the membership, or you might hire someone new, and therefore like okay, you get a new clients, but when you add all these expenses, doesn't necessarily mean that the new client is bringing you profit in your cash flow. So even scaling is something that has to be done right. It's possible, of course, but it can't just happen overnight. And it has to have a strategy behind. So when these situations actually happens inside of you, what happens is just like you postpone rest, you say like tomorrow, and this tomorrow is never coming. You might just postpone your hobbies that makes you who you really are. You might postpone relationships. That again, it's one of the pillars for every human. And as I said, like this tomorrow is never coming, because actually the right moment is never going to be like the perfect time for the right moment. So the right moment is never coming. So you feel like you're constantly doing something, but all these things that you're doing are actually bringing you nowhere. And the disconnection between you and your business is amazing, because you can't really you can't align anymore with where your business is going. So actually in this moment, the right things to do would be like, instead of trying to listen to the desire, try to listen to yourself, to your needs, which might be, for instance, that you want morning without any rush meetings, or it might also means that you want more free time with your relationships. So, or you need to take care about your health. So you want more time for sports. So you see, like if you need more time for another activity, and your calendar, it's always like 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week, it means that maybe scaling is not the right thing for you. So these emotions can be controlled only if you are facing right now them. So first of all, the first step, it's always awareness. So being aware that something is actually not working anymore is the right step for taking the right decision after. So it doesn't necessarily mean that something catastrophic has to come, but as I said, like you might feel that you need something different in your life, and just be aware. Once you are going to be aware, you just need to try to purge, to clean up whatever that you feel is not actually working for you. Because I repeat once more, every yes that you say to the wrong situation, to the wrong people, to the wrong client, mine looks like a yes in that moment, but in reality it's a no to the right thing. So being aware that thing is not working, and then let's try to understand how we can actually cleaning up or purging that thing that doesn't work anymore. So it might be that you need to let it go, a role, a status, some clients, and a structure, anything like that. And how you can do it, as I said, like you need to start to say no to these things that actually are not working for you anymore. You need to start learning the art of delegation. So delegating responsibilities in a way that you have the time, the energies, the resources, and so on for whatever is more important for you in this new version of yourself. you just need to let it go any disappointing on all the expectations, because right now, today, you have a new version of yourself, and you just need to you have a new expectations, which it's okay if they are about yourself, your family, your market was changing, so you need to change some service. That's fine. Everything works until like it's going in the right direction. Okay. I know that this phase might feel uncomfortable, because you feel like you are kind of naked, you don't have any what's the word, like armor protecting you anymore. So you're going again once more out of your comfort zone. And we know that every time that we go out of our comfort zone, actually, we might feel lost, we might feel uncomfortable. But that's okay. This is a part of the game. This is part of the process. So it's everything like how it is supposed to be. And what is important is just like you do not try to escape. You don't try to close yourself inside any show. You don't try to ghosting. You try to take actions which are allowing you to move from whatever is not working. Okay. So once you have cleaning up your space from whatever that is not working, right now you have a time where you have like a white slot in your calendar, so you can actually start filling these spaces with whatever you like to do, whatever is bringing joy inside your life, or is supposed to bring joy inside of your life. So the question that you need to ask right now are like, what do I enjoy? Actually, what kind of work light me up right now? What is actually bringing peace into your nervous system? For instance, like it might sound silly, but I have noticed so many times that founders of some IT company, they always tell me, they always tell me, always something like that. I like to be the owner of my business, but I really miss coding, and I do not like to be always in the leadership role. And I understand. So what can someone like this can actually do? They can just try to delegate one day of their calendar to someone else, or some tools, anything like that. It depends on the priorities that we can figure it out in their business owner's life. And then like once that is delegating, we try to concentrate all the coding the coding needs into one day. So we try to create a systems where you're not interrupted, you're free to code like for one day, so you're not losing focus, so you keep going. It's because it's something that is going to recharge your batteries. And where you should put this day, for instance, if you are an IT founder which actually is missing coding, it's really variable. So some people just likes it at the end of the week, so on the Friday, when actually they can start in the good way the weekend. Others, for instance, they prefer it like on the Wednesday, which is in the middle of the week, and so on the Wednesday they have the time for getting ready for the Thursday. So there are like always solutions. What is important is just like you are listening to yourself, and you are not going into any rushed decision, because if you feel like you're done, if you feel like you're okay with your business, but actually, for instance, like you like coding, the next consequence is just like it's going to come a time where you can't handle it anymore, because the disconnection are just is if it's consistent through the time, it just you're going to lose yourself. So when you are in this situation for too long, what's happening is just that people try to rush to exit because they can't stand staying that role, position, etc. anymore, or they can just do some premature delegation, or like a delegation without the right systems in place, or they simply like make the decision to escape without having any strategy on the background. So if you are exhausted if you are exhausted, like and you just want to stop the pain, you are not ready for negotiate properly. As I said, you do not have it's more like that you don't have a structure behind your business, so you can't actually protect your needs, your energies, your wallet. You can't just take the right decision. So in this case, actually, it's really, really important to be aware, taking a time, and then work on it. So how can I actually let it go, whatever doesn't work anymore, and then bring inside whatever it works. If you want, of course, you can do it by yourself. But if you feel like that you're not ready for that, you don't know really where to start, you need some kind of support, you can contact us, because we are here for you. We are here for helping you in really being successful in your business, and preparing it in a way that everything works fine for you, for your people, for the businesses itself. And when you want to exit, or when you want to step back, it's actually only your decision. So if the panic comes, you have something planned before. This is really important. It's important to have everything planned in advance. So if you want to get in contact with us because you feel like you need more support, that's fine. You can find us at www.internationalexitstrategy.com, or you can directly contact me on LinkedIn and send me a simply DM message. So I repeat once more, don't sell for escape. Don't delegate if you feel like you're numb or you're dead. So you feel like disconnected, and try instead to fill the void that you're feeling. Okay, I can see that we are already in a half an hour. I just want to keep this live half an hour longer. So please, if you need any kind of services, any kind of support, get in contact with us. Sorry. And if you want to do it by yourself, that's fine. I hope this video had some good tips for helping you in moving forward and letting go all the discomfort that you're facing right now. I hope you're going to have a great day, and see you in our next live. Bye.